Welcome back to the channel, and today is the day that EA Sports officially launched the reveal trailer of the newest installment of a college football franchise and their brief overview of some of the game mechanics in the very first campus huddle. They are also turning to creators to soft release some of the newest features to be mentioned in greater detail later in the respect. So I will be here to wrap all of the release goodness into one video over the main Dynasty stuff and Road to Glory things we know so far. So without any more waiting, let's jump straight into it. The first thing we notice is that the newest reveal trailer is the visuals look almost identical to College Football 25, and while we may not see graphical improvements, EA did spend a load of time dialing in the immersion of the gameplay. With more mascots, better in-game lighting, and real-life coaches, EA Sports is diving deep into the pageantry of the game once again. We also see that there is the return of Stadium Pulse this season with even more crazy antics to make it that much harder for you to go on the road and win big games if your team is unprepared. They're also adding more of an effect during conference championship games and also the college football playoff. So it's going to be a very fun mechanic once you get into the later stages of the year. Next up, we also see vast improvements to game sounds with improved stadium atmosphere, so every game feels like a real Saturday in the fall. EA also went and spent some money to include even more theme songs like Sandman for Virginia Tech, as well as removing the continuous drumline sounds for the main menus, and are bringing in actual choreographed bands and 15 various fight songs from teams around the country. And in this year's game, we're finally getting what we asked for. There's going to be a trophy room. Yes, you heard that right. For the first time in a long time, you'll be able to display not only your own legacy within the Dynasty mode, you can also display it with your friends in a new host of the new modes. Win the Heisman and Road to Glory, there's a shelf for it. Take home some banners in Ultimate Team, there are rafters to hang it in. I am extremely excited for this return so we can finally review and look back on our greatest seasons in our own Dynasty modes. While the previous two topics are overall game improvements, we also see a host of new updates specifically for Dynasty. The first thing we have seen is there will be a new transfer portal system that is closer to real life than ever seen before. If you feel like there were only scraps before in last season, we will see thousands upon thousands of new players every single year this time around. Along with this, EA revised some of the mechanics for general recruiting with location-based recruiting visits, new dynamic deal breakers, as well as a dynamic traits to make it even harder for you all to dial in and to convince a recruit to come to your school. Along with this, we will see a long-awaited return of crossplay in online Dynasty modes, and you will be able to play with up to 32 other players. Lastly, if you were annoyed like me of manually subbing in your players on different formations, we are seeing the return of formation subs built right into the game, as well as protected opponents to ensure you're playing your biggest rivals each and every season. Along with the offline additions of recruiting, Team Builder is back for another year, but don't worry, your creations will seamlessly migrate from College Football 25 to College Football 26 on day one. Along with this, EA is adding more editing options for your team than ever before to make them as unique as possible and give you just as much freedom as they can. They're also adding a more enhanced roster editing options before you load into your game, so you can edit right in the browser and be ready to play when you load your team in. Now that all the Dynasty mode stuff is out of the way, I did want to jump over and briefly touch base with Road to Glory things, since some of these features may come to Dynasty mode this year or down the line. The first and most likely is there are 10 new archetypes for players this year around compared to last season. I'm not exactly sure what they will be, but they're going to be 10 new ones, so it may be 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, stuff like that. But it's something to look forward to, as well as a return of Friday Night Lights as you start your journey to the college ranks. Also, we will see the addition of new abilities and an introduction to team chemistry within Road to Glory. I would assume one, if not both of these, will make their way into Dynasty mode at some point. Lastly, we see signing day previews where you can choose your team the old-fashioned way by having an interview with a specific hat in mind and choosing whichever school you want to go to, and the additions of new highlight mixtapes that you yourself can customize throughout your high school career. While these probably won't make it to your Dynasty, it would be an awesome feature to see various cutscenes for your players during signing day where they're choosing the hat where they're going to school, and you may get surprised by some players' decisions, or their highlights of the top recruits that you see when you're recruiting them. You can see them during one of their best games in high school catching big time plays and stuff like that. It would be a really cool feature if EA chooses to add that down the line. And with that, that is all the info that I've been able to gather on the updates to our favorite modes. Let me know in the comments what you all are most intrigued by or what you still think EA is missing from the game this year so far. I appreciate you all tuning in, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe before you go so you never miss an update and stay up to date on everything college football. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one.